I don't know if you know this, but the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That's what we're talking about at Two Noobs this week. Oh, we got some, like, I don't know, USAID. Some cat got lost and we break the multiverse. But who cares? Because the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Oh, beat the Kansas City Cheaters. Oh, start the party music. Yes, welcome into episode 228 of Two Noobs Talking. We are the podcast that uncovers more things than Kanye's wife on the red carpet.
Yikes. And he's racist.
Yeah. Well, I think that's been known for a long time, hasn't he? Just a little.
John better watch out or we're going to put him in his wife's dress.
Oh, boy.
Leaves nothing to the imagination.
Absolutely. I saw it today for the first time. Coworker was like, hey, did you see it yet? And I said, no. And he turned. I was like, why are you watching porn at work? Started laughing.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't see it. Thank God.
Yeah. It was literally like, there's a dress there?
Yeah, there's no reason for that. It is much better than the trash bag he wore a couple years ago, though. Literally hefty trash bag with a mask on. It was great.
Oh, jeez.
At least that covered up a little bit. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, the Grammys were a week ago. Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
More importantly, Eric Allen, gentlemen.
Yes.
Former Eagles cornerback, elected to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Love it.
In Kent.
I love it, Glenn.
Awesome.
Don't you? I love it.
It's about damn time.
I'm a big fan of this. Of course, his big claim to fame was really that interception he had off of Boomer Esiason against the Jets way back in the Meadowlands. Turned the entire game around, if I remember correctly. It was like a 90-yard return. Nice. And he was like moving all over the place and nobody could tackle him. It was great. And Summerall and Madden were on the call, believe it or not, guys.
Really?
Yeah. They were on the call for that game.
That doesn't make much sense for 1993.
Yeah, that was great for us back then.
Yeah, there must have been a bye week or something like maybe the Niners or the Cowboys were on a bye week.
Maybe.
You know, back when the Cowboys were relevant.
Right.
You know, that kind of a deal. So
back in the VHS days. John, why did this take so long? What the hell?
I have no idea. I blame Roger Goodell for being racist, but other than that, they're not looking at really good corners for the last 30 years. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to get the offense in.
I mean, didn't he, Matt? I'm sure you know. You're the stat nerd of the group here. Didn't he have like records as a cornerback?
yeah, I think he had like nine interceptions returned for touchdowns. This was like definitely right up there. I'll pull it up while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like a stat that Dion would have. So if you had that, like that would fit you in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he probably just gets overlooked because he was on the team with Reggie White and Jerome Brown and Seth Joyner and all those guys. So, you know,
54.
he was the smallest of them.
54 interceptions in his career. And I was incorrect. It was 8.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
8. Okay.
He had
still Dion numbers.
Yeah, he had 4 returns for touchdowns in 1993. 4
in one season.
in one
That's
season.
incredible.
Yeah, in '93. Yeah.
He's only
Multiple
just
time.
now getting in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, just now getting a Hall. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
14-year career too, by the way. 14-year career, and out of 217 games played, he started 214. So the guy was absolutely durable.
So that was just on their desk and they just weren't looking at it. That's what that reads.
Yes.
That's what that reads to me. Because we're not talking about guy. If that's like the stat you're going, hey, you want to put him in the Hall of Fame? Like, what, did every year someone come up that was better than him? Like they were like, oh, sorry, you didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you didn't make it.
Like, yeah.
Eventually, after 4 or 5 years, couldn't you go, oh, I think he should probably make it.
Yeah, right.
And especially, you know, I think Rube was right. One of the rare things that I agree with Rube and Frank on is the fact that Aeneas Williams got in way before Eric Allen, and I don't think Aeneas was even in Eric Allen's league, to be perfectly honest. I mean, He was a decent cornerback, but certainly not Eric Allen. Not that
Did he ever have 4 touchdown returns in one season?
Not that I'm aware
And
of.
did he play for the Eagles? Because fuck him.
He also, well, and that's the thing. He also ended your boy's career. He ended Steve Young's career, like shot to the concussion. I think it was Aeneas Williams on a corner blitz that
I
ended.
blame the NFL, but you know,
Yeah.
you can blame Aeneas Williams if you want to.
So.
I will. Also, I was shocked that he wasn't already in, but honorary mention Sterling Sharp apparently just got in.
Yeah.
Good.
He should have been in. There's another one. I'm like,
Yeah.
why isn't he in?
Yeah.
I do like Shannon's Hall of Fame speech when he said that he's the only one that has a family member better than him that was in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So
His brother
I'm
Sterling,
glad that he's
yeah.
finally in the Hall of Fame because if Shannon went in, like Sterling, he should have definitely been in.
By the way, real quick on Eric Allen, I'm just looking at his stats. He's had at least one interception in every season of his career. He didn't have one where it was like a 0 for interception. So we always had at least one interception. The only times that he had one single interception was in 96 and in 2001. Every other year, 2 or more. The highest he ever had was 8 back in 1989 for the Eagles. So I kind of remember that year. He was like the only decent cornerback we had back then in 89. So
he was the only decent cornerback I remember for that whole stretch.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Yeah.
But
tremendous.
Now he's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. Love
Hey.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Love it.
All right, let me introduce peeps while we're sitting here jibber jabbering. Over there, it's Jaguar John Tracy.
Not the Doug Peterson.
No. Over here, we got Mercedes Matt Craig. How about that?
Not the wrestler in AEW.
Not the
I am straight totaled Steve Murray.
I 100% agree with that statement.
To the junkyard with me. I've had a rough week. My daughter has been sick with presumably the flu.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that sucks.
Oh, that's not good. That's the major thing that.
So have you bubbled her off? Is she
like
is she the bubble girl now?
Well, as a teenager, she self bubbles in her room for the most part. Anyway, so that's good. But what I wanted to bring up
Tony
was
Lumber.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because this is what I wanted to discuss was that dreaded feeling where like somebody in your household has gotten sick.
Yeah.
And now you're just waiting to see if somebody else gets sick.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. Yep. It's only a matter of time. That kind of
I'm praying not because I got too much shit to do. But you never know with these things. I mean, we've had people get sick in the house before, then no one else gets it, which is good. Mm-hmm. But sometimes somebody gets it, and then 2 days later, it's like, they start dropping like flies.
Yeah.
I know John's got experience with kids, man. They bring it home from school. They're
helper monkeys, man.
It's like, how did you catch that?
Monkeys.
But I'm sure, Matt, you've also experienced it when you like lived at home with your parents and your sister. People would get sick, or at work you see the dude hacking and coughing, and then he's gone the next day, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it's gonna hit everybody in the office now.
I remember having the flu when I was in, I believe it was 7th grade, and I was out for at least 3 days. I mean, this was a really bad flu. My mom was thinking like, oh my God, we're going to have to get him into the hospital if it doesn't turn around. But it was, you go through it. The aches, the pains, the high temperature, the low temperature, and you're going on up and down. It's like, good Lord. It's like you just can't get any sleep. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. But yeah, so I feel for your daughter there.
But on a good note, I'm glad to have the flu back.
Oh, you mean as opposed to that other disease that was a faux pandemic, Johnny?
I know nothing of what.
Don't get us canceled now. All right. Speaking of canceled, let's go to the W Energy Fun Fact.
Let's do it.
As I'm choking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why I'm transitioning to you, because I want to choke the life out of you.
Because it's perfect.
All right. The W Energy Fun Fact is brought to you by W Energy Drinks. Visit them at their website, w.gg, or download the app to your phone. Use our promo code 2Noobs Talking. It's TOONOO talking. You get 10% off your order. Are you missing your favorite prefecture in the East?
Absolutely.
Not really.
I was just thinking about that this morning.
Well, this is a new one for me here. Dubby presents Japanese soda flavor energy drink.
Ooh.
Unique Kyoto-inspired Japanese soda beverage, non-carbonated, light and crisp flavor. I don't know. I had a Coke when I was over there. So
They got that too.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, you save $4 off a $40 tub with our promo code. Here, there, anywhere. Just order it.
There you go.
Use our promo code.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, John. If you've done choking yourself.
Yes, I can speak now.
Okay, please provide us with a fun fact.
Okay. I'll actually give you two. One's going to be completely irrelevant to what we're doing. Then I'll give you another one.
Okay.
Finland has been ranked the last 7 years the happiest country in the world.
In the world. Okay.
7 years in a row. I don't know how it's got to be rigged.
Especially since they
Or
border
funded by
Russia.
the United States.
Especially since they border Russia. I don't know how they could be
That's what I'm
happy
saying.
about that, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there you go.
And another one for you, just for a little funsies, because we're going to talk about cats later. Animals can also be allergic to humans.
Really? That I did not
Yes.
know.
So you pretentious people that go, I'm allergic to the cat. What if the cat was allergic to
Allergic
you?
to you.
That's all I got to say.
Kind of makes
I
you
like it.
think. Yeah.
I know, but what is it about us that makes them allergic? I mean, it's the
Oh,
I think we make that shit up. And then just so we can say things about, because, oh, that cat, oh man, his whatever gives us whatever. What if you're just a smelly human and the cat's like, like, get away from me, dude.
it's like he can't help himself, right?
Like, I know you feed me, but I don't technically have to like you. That isn't the rules.
I could actually see it. I could see it, and here's why.
Okay.
I have held down an onion to let a cat smell.
Okay.
And
Didn't like it.
He did not like it. And in fact, he kind of made a gag. He went like, he smelled it and then went like he was going to barf
No kidding.
and didn't barf. And I have been known to smell people who smell like a hoagie
Oh.
with onions.
Makes
Oh.
me sneeze.
If a person who smells like an onion is near a cat, the cat may gag.
Yeah.
There you go. Allergy found.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right, let me get into the over 40 so we can get to
Yes.
the eventually get to topic one,
Mm.
which this is past me. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's going to be like.
Yes.
Future me knows, but past me does not know.
Yes.
Which is scary, but go on.
Right? Okay, so the over 40 rant. Cookies. What the hell?
I never thought I'd hear those words.
Yeah,
out
is
of
it
your
right?
mouth.
Wait a minute, what?
Are you okay? Do you
What
have the
happened here?
flu?
Cookies. Not those cookies. Not those cookies. The other cookies. Okay, you know you go to a website and it's like, we use cookies. So, accept all cookies? Or, you know, and some of the websites now give you the option. They always use the necessary ones, but they give you the option to opt out of,
Yes.
you know, promotional
Or
cookies and-
allow all or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
We'll only spy on you when you say it's okay. Cookies.
I get so aggravated because there are some websites out there where the default for each one of those optional cookies is already on no, and all I have to do is hit accept my choices, and I'm done, and now I'm free to browse. But other websites,
Oh boy.
you set the defaults on all of them to yes. Now I have to go in and click every goddamn last one of them
Oh.
to know. And I have to scroll on some of these mother effers because
Yeah.
they keep on going. We can email you, we can text you, we can blah blah
Yeah.
blah. No.
Or
You should
advertise.
just-
Yeah.
At least you can click on them because I still can't click on my eBay.
That's your loss. You need to do better websites. And I
Yeah.
know you're doing it because you want us to default to yes for all the cookies
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you are slimy and you want to read our mind.
Yeah.
But I tell you this, I hate and detest your website if I have to select no on my own. It should default to no and accept my choices. Or here's another. I was on a website today that said it had a confirm all or reject all cookies.
Oh yeah, I love the
Even
reject
better.
all. Yeah, I love the reject all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's my favorite one.
Absolutely. But what I don't want is to have to turn off every single one of them. Because that wastes my time.
Yes.
Yes.
And my time is money. You don't want to know what my billing rate is. Okay? As a lawyer.
You should start just randomly billing websites.
Can
That's
you
a good
imagine?
See
Yeah,
if you
I'm
got money back. See.
I like that idea.
You owe me.
And look, I'm not making as much as a New York partner or a California
yeah.
partner who have absolutely outrageous. My regional rate is actually very reasonable.
I like to see that list price one day. Yeah.
You will when he sends it out to the website. And Steve lives in a way bigger house. We're gonna know why.
That's right.
Amazon.com invoice. Let's see. I spent 20 minutes. I increment on tenths of an hour, so that'll be 0.4 multiplied by my billing rate. Pay up.
Exactly. Send me the check to this address, and yeah.
And I'll be happy to share that with the noobs, if that works. Because you guys generated the idea for me. I'd like to do this. All right, let's go on to topic 1, which I am either super happy or extremely depressed. Topic 1. We all changed clothes. What is this?
Yep.
I don't know.
I never wear this.
No, yeah, that's a
So something must have happened.
something must have happened. Yeah.
That's right. The Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. Love it.
40-22 over the Chiefs.
Mm.
That, my friends, is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Those last points didn't count because it was
It was more like 40
two
to
backups
6.
and a guy I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That were on that last pass play.
Yeah. It was more like 40-6. That's how bad it was. I mean, my God.
And if CJ didn't go to sleep on that one play, they wouldn't have scored that one either. 'cause he
I mean, it was almost as bad as my giving the Chiefs a beatdown in Tecmo Super Bowl, which was 47-7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have rathered that score.
you almost called that game. Literally. I mean, you were this close to making sure that
Good
was
job.
right.
Close.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to go to, it's back in the old days. You couldn't go for 2-point conversions. So
Nope.
it wasn't going to work out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into it, guys, because we talked it up
Yeah.
at the beginning of the show that we had no idea. Now we know. So I don't know. Initial thoughts on the game?
Episode
Wow.
205. Yeah, we each thought that, maybe this team will make the NFC title game. Two of you. Actually, I didn't think that they were even going to make the NFC title game.
For shame.
And yes, for my ever-loving shame. They won the title. They won the freaking title, and they did it in the most dominating fashion you could have ever imagined. It was unreal. I don't think I've ever seen an Eagles team perform the way they've done in certainly 15 years, maybe 20. I mean, it was a beatdown of epic proportion.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
It was
Like punter
unreal.
to kicker to quarterback to
Yeah.
wide receiver to tight end to offensive line to defensive line to linebacker to cornerback to safety to coach to
Yeah.
coaches. Fangio and Kellen
Oh.
Moore coached their asses off yesterday.
If Fangio is not the greatest defensive coordinator, and there have been a lot of great ones that we've had in this city.
He's decent.
I mean,
like
my God, he had everybody in their exact position. What a change from 2 years ago. You know, we were complaining more about the field, but we had some old guys out there, and we had a youth movement. And what a change! Oh my gosh, this defense.
Steve, to your point, years ago, you talked about how important the punter was. Okay.
It was actually like 2 weeks ago, but yeah. go ahead.
Yeah, but this was when we were talking about the Super Bowl team into the next team. We've talked about it, how important the punter is.
Yeah.
Man punted twice yesterday, twice inside the 20.
Oh,
So the two opportunities he got, he
like you nailed it.
What he had to.
capitalized on, and that's input. Like That's what I mean. It was such a full-on team win.
Yeah.
Avante Maddox coming in for DeGene.
Oh, that fourth down
breaking up
play.
a play.
Yeah.
Hasn't played all day.
Yeah.
Kansas City's punter, just to go back to the punter thing, Kansas City's punter punted
6 times.
It rolled into the end zone.
Yeah.
6 times, and he kicked 3 or 4 of them in the end zone.
And Cooper had a couple of decent returns, set the Eagles up in very good field position. I mean, top to bottom, guys, this is an A+. This is the greatest, probably the greatest game they've ever played. And to do it in the grandest stage of them all. Sorry, John, stealing some WrestleMania talk. But, I mean, the grandest stage.
Don't take it away from Cody.
Yeah, exactly, right? They finished the damn story. Sorry. You know, I was left dumbfounded in the middle of the third quarter. I'm sitting there. It's 34-0. I'm going like, what the hell is happening? Is this a play? I'm thinking, is this a dream? That's the number one thing. Right. You know, but it was like they were doing stuff, guys, that, to give you an idea, both conference and championship game, the most points scored in a conference title game and the Super Bowl. The 2024 Eagles had 95 total points between the two games. That is more than the 1994 49ers, who had 87 points, the 1989 49ers, who had 85, and the 92 Cowboys, who had 82 points. They outblitzed three of the greatest NFL teams in the history of the league offensively. That's offensively. They held the Chiefs in the first half to 23 total yards on 20 plays run. 23 total yards.
Yes. And the defense only blitzed once the entire game. And it was a delayed blitz. It wasn't even a drawn up blitz. It was delayed blitz by the linebacker.
Yeah, the one where Bond came in, right? Yep.
Yeah, that was the only one. That was the only blitz all game. So they did that with the front four.
Eagles were also the first team with 6 sacks and 2 interceptions in a Super Bowl since the 1989 49ers.
Per Brandon Graham, I haven't confirmed it, but it was 15 pressures.
Yeah.
He said it in the post game. I don't know if he's a statistician or not, but he said there were 15 pressures. I'm just going on Brandon. So
pretty much right on the money. I think that was like 15, 17 pressures during the entire. I mean, they did not allow that quarterback any space, time.
Don't say continuum.
John's got the zingers today.
He's got the zingers today.
I have not seen him that rattled in a long time.
I don't think I've ever seen him that rattled.
Yeah.
Maybe the Baltimore defense 10 years ago or 9 years, whatever it was.
10 years ago.
Whenever it was, he's 26. So what was it? Yeah, whenever that really good Baltimore team that he played.
I mean,
that might be the last time but he was either a rookie or a second-year player at that time.
Certainly the Buccaneers, like when he faced them in Tampa, he was running for his life practically.
Yeah.
True.
There was that, but this was like they would blitz to get the pressure.
Right.
This was the down 4. This is the down. This defensive line took over the entire game. They played on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Almost every single play. They did not allow him any time to make any decision whatsoever. It was glorious. It was unbelievable to see.
I couldn't believe he would step up into the pocket and there's no pocket.
Yeah.
He's just stepping into like 3 guys.
He's like guys that are touching him. Like either him on the shoulder.
It's almost like Milt Williams was like, go ahead. I'm right here. Go ahead. You have no place to go. I'll
bring it in, bro.
Bring it in, bro. I got you.
My favorite play of the game was a strip sack, and the defense was a strip sack. And then when Patrick Mahomes gets stripped by Milton Williams, you can watch Jalen Carter just push him over because he didn't have the ball anymore. Get out of my way.
Literally punched him right in the face. It was terrific. It was
get out of my way, bro.
By the way, the NFL, you're welcome for this. I know you're suffering some Chiefs fatigue over the years. I mean, we're happy to be your anti-heroes to come in and save the day.
We've done it twice now.
We've done it twice.
Yes, we beat them.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, as Tom Brady said, 7 Super Bowl victories,
Mm.
and it was either my wife or my daughter said, "Wow, he won 7 Super Bowls."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yes, he did," and he would have won 8,
Yep.
except for us.
Except for us.
He was in a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was
he
in a lot.
was.
Yeah, 10 total.
Well, you know what's messed up? I learned this stat today. I got some stats for you,
Mhm.
Ace.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
There are only 3 quarterbacks active in the league who have won Super Bowls:
Mm.
Mahomes,
Interesting.
Stafford, and now Hurts.
And now Hurts.
Yeah.
That's because Mahomes has won 3 of the last
4?
5, 6,
5?
3 of the last 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he lost 2 to Brady.
Then you had
Yeah, 'cause it
Stafford
would have been
win.
4.
He
Yeah.
lost 1 to us. He lost 1 to Brady. Stafford won in between.
Yeah.
And then you had Brady, and then you go back to Foles, who's out
Yeah.
of the league, and then
Yep.
Brady, and you go back further, it's Peyton Manning who's out of the
Out of the
league. So
league.
there are only 3 quarterbacks in the entire league
It's amazing.
right now playing who have Super Bowl victories.
Let's
and
talk.
Hurts is one of them.
So let's talk about that MVP. I mean, all he does is win. That's all he does. He doesn't flash you up with 300 yards passing. But what he
He didn't
does
need
is
to.
what was so key, I thought, the entire game. Third quarter, right? You're coming out of halftime. You stop the Chiefs.
Mhm.
3-minute possession. You get the ball back, I think at our own 20. And they just march right down the field. And he's 3rd down and 5, scrambles, gets the first down. 3rd down and 6 or 7, scrambles, gets the first down. He was so clutch.
Yep.
In his performance, specifically in that drive, because you bled that clock down to, I think it was 5 minutes to go. And the Chiefs had still, at that point in the game, had not crossed the 50. That was an amazing drive for them to bleed the clock. That's exactly what you wanted to do when you're up 24-0. You bleed that third period clock down.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant play. And the
I
dime
think-
that he threw to Devontae. Oh,
It was
Super Bowl stuff right there. That's
Oh.
what I do.
yeah.
Like, I'm up 27. I'm throwing a bomb.
yeah.
Right?
After
that was the-
Maddox breaks up the pass, first
Yeah.
play, you chuck it
that,
deep.
that was it. That was it.
Oh.
That was the play.
That gives me chills.
I think
guys.
I think he's the MVP because he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
They took Barkley away and they said beat us, and he did.
And he did.
And he did.
He just flat out just
like,
beat
okay.
them.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was phenomenal. And, you only missed on 5 attempts the entire game, 17 of 22.
Mhm.
Did not set.
And technically, that interception was a punt
I said the same exact thing.
because that drive was dog shit. They
Yeah.
weren't going anywhere.
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
drive.
Yeah.
In the past on an interception, I'd be like, oh man, where the interception ended up at the 2.
I appreciated that throw. I appreciated that throw.
I was like, I waved it off. I'm like, you know what? That's a punt.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
It was a smart play because hey, I've got nothing here. We've run 2 to 3 plays that fucking are terrible. Like this set sucks. I'm gonna just gun it up. Oh
Mhm.
fuck, I made a mistake. Whatever. But it ended up at the 2. So what does it matter?
Yeah.
And then they punt it right after that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a 3 and out. It's a 3 and out, and you're right back down.
Was that the 3
It
now?
was, it
that
was.
the
I think it-
Vaughn-
Mhm.
I think it was the 3 and out.
I thought it was the Bond interception at that point. But
It was either or. They either punt it or they threw that interception.
The drive started at the 2, and
I think it might have been. Now that you're jogging my memory, I think it was the Bond interception.
I
Okay.
think that's right because they were
Yeah.
deep in their territory when
Yeah.
Bond picked that one off. So
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to look that up. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But in any event.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's all a blur, but I
Yeah,
mean.
it was a lot. There's some people you have to
Oh.
pay for the Super Bowl. This Super Bowl experience that we have. Like, there's a lot of guys on 1-year contracts that
yeah,
probably needs to do some magic
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, gotta sign Bond, gotta sign a few people, gotta sign
Yeah.
Milton. You gotta get
Yeah.
those guys done. But damn, guys,
Yikes.
I'm for one, I am really glad to be able to share this with the both of you.
this is the first Super Bowl victory in the Two Noobs era.
Yes.
You damn
So-
right it is. You're damn right it is, and it's great. I mean, that's the best part about it. I spent the day at the Yard House in King of Prussia. That's where I was with a good buddy of mine, and we had the pleasure of being there. And it was, I mean, the place was packed, and the place blew up. I'm convinced it blew up. There might be rubble there. I don't know. After the DeJean interception return for a score, I had never heard anything
on his birthday.
so on his birthday. Never heard anybody, a collective amount of people scream that loud in a restaurant. I mean, it was unbelievable. I almost lost my voice. I'm still trying to get it back, because I had not had more fun in my life after that. That was just unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Steve, you were with your family, right? I think with the Super Bowl.
We were down in the basement. My parents were here. My family was here, so we enjoyed the game there. And to me, it's great.
Yeah.
So I told my son, I said, I had to wait 36 years for my first Super Bowl victory.
Mm-hmm.
You are 15, and you have now seen 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not fair, damn it.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing to my kids. I was like, hey, I never saw one when I was your age. Enjoy this.
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy enjoy it, because it doesn't come along that often.
Yeah.
And that's
I was here, like literally exactly here. Not much. Maybe I was a little more laid back. I don't know. I do have to give a shout out to Tubi. Did a fucking phenomenal job.
Oh, there you go.
For a free stream site to put on the Super Bowl, I was concerned throughout the whole time watching it. Did a hell of a job.
Nice.
Did a hell of a job.
Nice.
Oh, you couldn't dig out an antenna to get Fox? Come on.
Oh, I totally could have, but Tubi said they would do it, and I agreed with them. I had the one hiccup. The shit went down on the AJ touchdown, but it got right back up for the replay, so I didn't actually miss anything but the snap. So I still saw the catch.
Well, I cannot tell you how much I needed this to be an ass kicking.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, 2 years ago we had a close game, we lose heartbreaking fashion. Phillies were in the World Series, they lose in heartbreaking fashion. You got the history of the city, the '93 Phillies and Joe Carter. You got Patrick Kane in the 2010. Like even our victories. The Super Bowl against the Patriots, 52. We had to wait for the Hail Mary at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And the ball rolling around, and we're all looking at each other like, is the game over? Is it over?
Oh, please. Oh, God.
Did we finally win?
And the Phillies in 2008 came down to a late inning. And I realize it was game 5, but if you lose that game, now you're going back down to Tampa Bay. You've already spent Cole Hamels, your ace.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
who
they
knows
fucked
what
us on the
happens.
restart.
Yeah. Multiple
Exactly.
times, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I need this to be a straight up ass kicking of the Kansas City Chiefs.
And they gave it to you.
Did they deliver?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I was so happy to be able to relax and enjoy it.
Yeah.
When?
No, agreed.
So when
Agreed.
did that sentiment then, Steve, set in for you then? Was it when it was 34-0? Was it the Devontae touchdown? When was it?
The Devontae touchdown was like, all right, that's game. 24-0 at halftime. I was pretty confident. But they're getting the ball first. If they score, it's 24-7.
Yeah,
or 24-8.
I was
It's
confident
like,
but concerned at halftime.
Yeah, the confidence
but
level was
concerned.
high, but I had the concern. But once the dagger went to Devontae, I was like, this is over.
Yeah, that was. I still can't get over that touchdown pass. That was.
I
the
was
most beautiful
thinking
pass.
at halftime, I was thinking they get the ball back and it goes 24-14. And then we're in the fight. It's almost a Patriots Super Bowl all over again.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought. I thought they were, but when they came out at half and looked they looked worse. The Kansas City offense did than they did in the first half. You were getting some, and then Maddox breaks up the pass, and then they go for the dagger. That's when, like I said, I'm watching cat videos and dog videos with my wife at that point. I'm just checking in on the game.
The Chiefs reminded me so much of when McNabb was playing for us in 2001.
Yes. Yeah, I said that to my wife. The Andy Reid team is.
Yeah.
The thing that
they look confused.
They weren't running the ball.
No,
Mhm.
they were exclusively passing it the entire
They were.
time.
Yeah.
And I'm
And that
sitting
was
going, why are they not running the ball? This
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
they have Kareem Hunt and Pacheco. Like you can't put a drive together that gets the ball moving.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried it, and then it was like, okay, well, we got to pass it again. And I'm thinking, that was typical Andy Reid. It was
Yeah.
Andy Reid back in the early 2000s.
But I think with the score the way it was, he went back to typical Andy Reid.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he did. I mean, and it's like, he's a great coach. I'm not discounting him at all. And what he's done for the league, it's unbelievable. But it just had that feel. It just did.
It did.
It did. It did. It absolutely did.
And if you're Kansas City, you're kind of sitting there kind of going like, my God. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you do have to pass, a majority of the time. But you did it the entire game. That was the thing.
But they stopped Saquon, and you could have in the first quarter been like, oh, well, they're just going to stop Saquon all the time. No, we tried to figure out. Kellen Moore tried to figure out ways to give him the ball in different positions. They started throwing the ball to him.
Mm-hmm.
They started, trying to create something that.
Yeah. Get him out
Andy
in space.
does it. Andy never does that. He never will do that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not up 34 points, he's not going to come back on you like that.
Yeah.
He's not going to. It's just the way that is.
Yeah.
It sucks. It definitely reminded me of old McNabb. It made me feel bad for McNabb for a very short period of time. And then I was off of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the only thing that would have made it even more is if he would have burned a timeout like early in one of the halves.
Yeah, just randomly. Just randomly.
I was just going to say maybe that happened early in the third quarter. I think, but I don't think that happened at all. I think it's gotten better with this time.
I don't think he used it a single timeout ever.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Until the end.
And
Yeah.
my daughter kept remarking, she would say, because they kept showing him, and he's like, that big man on the Chiefs sideline, he doesn't look happy.
Yeah, he never has.
No.
Yeah.
And too bad for them, but
It's your time.
Travis Kelce looked completely slow. Did you notice that, guys?
He also looked like a homeless man.
He
Snuck his way up to the field.
I don't. Back to coaching again. I don't know why they had him trying to block like Brandon Graham.
He was slow off the ball, and then on top of that, what was really telling to me was when he caught. There was a time in the game where he caught the ball over the middle, and he had 5 yards to gain. And Travis Kelce from like 3 or 4 years ago would get the first down. He caught the ball, and there were like 2 Eagles, and he goes down. Like he had no effort at all.
Women weakened legs.
Yes. And it was Gardner Johnson. It was Gardner Johnson, by the way, who hip checked him earlier in the game. And Travis Kelce popped up like he wanted to fight and realized who hip checked him. Right back to the huddle.
You know what? I'm not gonna go there.
I'm not gonna fight him.
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go
There's
there.
also a video of him trying to push Jordan Davis and Jordan Davis not moving whatsoever. And then he's
probably
like,
smiling. Probably smiling.
George's like, oh, what was that? That was a nice massage there. Huh?
It's like pushing against a brick wall.
Thanks for touching my pecs. They were a little sore from the workout. Appreciate it.
Oh,
it was definitely the Eagles. As young as they are, they were the men in that situation.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
pushing people around the whole time. And it didn't even matter who was out there.
Any favorite like unsung hero guys that you would say? Of anybody?
I'll go Jalen Carter because he was double teamed the whole time. And he found a way to be effective.
Yeah.
He really did. Like, he didn't do a lot of great things, but there was a lot of times where he would jump back and put his hands up, or he would push the pile. He was being double teamed the whole time. He would push the pile one way or another way.
Yeah.
Like he played a really good game.
Teamed by the Chiefs' only 2 good offensive linemen.
Yeah, which was insane.
Yeah.
And he was still making an effort.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
Steve, what do you think? Any unsung hero?
Unsung. I don't know. I mean, everybody contributed to this thing.
For me, it would be Dotson. I mean, that catch on the
that's a
sideline
good one.
first quarter.
Two great plays.
Catches,
2 great catches.
Yep.
Moved the chains on
Moved
both.
the chains. Almost scored the first opening touchdown in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was a knee short, unfortunately. But I mean, what a
Did
great.
did we give up a sack? That's the one thing I didn't
Yes.
record.
We did.
Okay.
We did. Yeah,
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Was it on a blitz?
probably.
Don't remember.
Okay, so that doesn't hurt the offensive line then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, you're
Because
right.
you've got to bring 11 to beat 5. It's not.
I'm trying to think if there was anybody else I could think of, like an unsung heroes type of thing. But yeah, it was almost like it was a team effort, complete team effort. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unreal.
I thought everybody played well. I thought it was a team victory. I really did.
Yeah. You couldn't point like any negatives. Like no one had a bad game. That's like
No.
so rare.
With the last stat I want to leave you as it being a team game with the defense, with Vic Fangio's defense, there's 8 new starters from the year before. And that's how good.
That's a credit to Howie.
Yeah,
That is
that's
really
a credit to. I think
Howie.
that's credit to all the coaches and the
Yes.
general manager and the owner.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you
Yeah.
put 8 new guys in there, and they were dominant.
Yeah.
Well, and let's not forget, they started 2-2, went into a bye,
yeah.
and Sirianni figured it out. He got them rolling. I mean,
And
they came out of the bye and we're like, oh, we'll see where we're going here. And then they beat the Browns and Jacksonville. And we're like, okay, you got some wins, but it's not it's the dregs of the league.
yeah.
And then it got better. And by the time they hit they beat Baltimore, I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you beat Baltimore, I'm like, now we're talking here.
By the
They
way,
might have something.
this is really interesting too. You go to Pro Football Reference, they have the entire schedule and the game results out there. Eagles had turned the ball over prior to the bye 8 times. Right? After the bye, you want to know how many times they turned the ball over?
6.
2.
That would be 1, 2, 8 times.
Oh wow.
So after the bye, they only turned the ball over 8 times.
Well, I saw an insane stat for the playoffs where I think it said the Eagles had 58 points off of turnovers
Mhm.
and their opponents had 0.
Yeah.
Which not turning the ball over helps that stat. I think the Hurts interception that was the only turnover all postseason.
Correct.
right?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I think it was.
If
Yeah.
I remember.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, you're not giving the other team points off of turnovers, and you're making them pay for their turnovers. That's a hell of a way to play.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
But
Yeah.
the credit Sirianni and for getting those guys the ball hawk down the stretch.
Oh, heck
He
yeah.
talks about how they look at fumbles and they try to
Mm-hmm.
figure out ways to create them.
That defense punches the ball better than any team I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Like you as soon as you run in the contact, there's 8 guys punching at the ball. They'll just run up and start punching.
Just
the
start
ball.
trying to get the ball
One
out.
guy holds him up, and everybody's we'll get this thing out. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. Exactly.
And this is also crazy. They are 1 Barkley drop and 1
Oh.
Devontae drop. They would have been
Mhm.
16-1 in the regular season.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
And 1 Jalen concussion. I mean, you think about that. If Jalen
Well,
didn't
no,
get
even with the concussion, they
Yeah.
would have
They
won that
still
game.
could have won that game. It still
If
could have won that game.
Smith caught that ball in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter,
yeah.
that would have been the first down that gave him the chance to kneel down.
But we're not gonna blame him because that's a new guy throwing a pass to you.
Yeah.
No, not at all. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm not throwing blame at anything. I'm just saying, look what the
Yeah.
margin was from being where we were to
Oh.
16-1. It's
Yeah.
2 drops. It would have been, we would have had a 1-loss season.
That's insane. Yeah. That's just shows the dominance that they played in, and especially after the bye. So I guess before we get out of here, Nick Sirianni, can we now calm down and just say, I think we found our coach for the next?
Well,
How
we're
many-
still gonna boo him in preseason. but it's fine. He said it's the same thing I say about Jalen Hurts. Can we all just agree that we like him
No.
and we'll just move forward and we'll figure it out? Like,
Yeah. I mean, the guy could coach. The guy, 45, what was it, like 44, 45 wins that he has so far in his career here?
I think it's 54, actually.
Oh, it's
Yeah, he's-
54? Okay.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
close to George Seifert at this point.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
just, he's
If
been
he
in the
wins
playoffs
2
every year.
Super Bowls in the next 2 years,
Oh.
he's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah. Oh, the
Statistically.
franchise. I mean, he's got to be.
Statistically.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, he would be. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, and I remember when he was introduced, and it was like, oh, great, who's this guy? He's talking about flowers and plants, and and I'm thinking, like, what is he talking about? And now it's like this. They've all bought in. It's amazing what happens. It's like he just does such a great job, like motivating the team so well.
Talent alone, in the professional leagues is never enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Memo to Dallas.
He said that a million times in the post game press conferences. Sirianni said that. He was like, it's easy to be a coach when you got all this talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you have to get that talent to be cohesive.
To believe in you. Yeah.
And to get everybody to buy in and be selfless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you've had T.O. blow things up because he wasn't happy.
Yep.
AJ Brown, he got one catch in like one of the games, but he's out there blocking for Saquon Barkley, and that's just as important.
And look at the. I think one of the greatest things to show what Sirianni's done is Devontae catches that pass.
Mm-hmm.
AJ's running a completely different route. He catches the pass to celebrate the touchdown. AJ runs all the way down to celebrate with his boy. Like that's team right there. That's selfless. That's a selfless act.
Yeah.
Watch the long shot on that pass. He's already got his hands in the air before Devontae catches that ball.
Well, he knows he's catching it, and then he runs all the way down to celebrate with them.
Yeah. That guy,
if he wasn't a team guy, if it wasn't a team, they wouldn't celebrate like that.
Yeah. That guy, Devontae, man, he is one tough guy. I've never seen a guy that skinny, that tough.
He's just got hands. He's got hands.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
by the way, just one last one. AJ Smith and Beckham, the guard, they have a touchdown dance. That's new. I didn't see that all year. That was cool. Like the right guard and the wide receiver have a touchdown dance when he catches that.
You know what it was? You know what it was? At media day, Jameis Winston said you got to do this slide both back and forth. Like
I love him. He needs to be our backup quarterback next year.
Did I understand he was throwing cookies at people?
Yeah.
While they
He was, and they were eating them. The offensive line was eating them.
It was W cookies, basically. He made them like wins cookies. You got to eat wins. Like when he did the 3.
They were W's. Yeah, everybody was eating them. The offensive line was eating them
in terms of W's. Oh, it was wonderful. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Super Bowl champs. Unbelievable, boys. Great to share this.
Fantastic. This one felt different. The first one, you get overcome with emotion because it's the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
This one, there was just this sigh of contentment in me.
Yeah.
As I sat there going,
Now we know what the 49ers fans feels like. And now we know why they're the way they are.
Yeah, this also had Chicago Bears 1985 to it. I mean, garbage time alone, my God. If they had not given up those 2 defensive scores, the 2 meaningless touchdowns at the end, this would be like 85 Bears.
Oh, my kids were like getting aggravated that they kept scoring.
Yeah.
They're like, why are they letting them do that? I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they're like, it should have been 0. I'm like, I understand. I would have been thrilled with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is what
That's
it is.
next year. That's next year. We need
Yeah.
Roll this defense back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, they're young. That's the good news.
Yeah.
Roll them back.
All right, so we are done with topic 1. We're going to change our clothes and go back to the mundane, and we're going to travel back in time to when we didn't know who was going to win the Super Bowl. So,
yes,
don't be confused as we're confused.
Yes,
and
we're all worried after this. We're all completely worried.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the nature of film. You can film things at different times and then put them all together. And
don't say that. Don't say that.
Topic 2 and 3 and 4. We're not confident about what we're talking about right now.
Oh goodness.
Come on, pause button.
I am back in the gear I was wearing earlier. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, I didn't.
Well,
that was
time travel. What can I say? Maybe we already know what happened, and we just don't want to share it.
I have
with
no
our
idea,
audience.
and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I just found out what color jerseys they were wearing like 25 minutes ago.
I'm confused. Did we jump forward in time or backward? I'm really, because this is airing after the Super Bowl, but we're recording before the Super Bowl, and I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, are you talking about like Q shit, or are you talking about like regular time travel? Because the president right now, I mean,
yeah, don't give him any ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has to, he has to. I mean,
yeah, but I'm afraid somebody like Elon could actually make it work.
he might already have.
Yeah.
Do you think he knows where all the bodies are buried?
Right. Well, no, he couldn't have, because if he knew how to time travel, he would have gone back in time and not made a Cybertruck. Because
that's true.
Ugly
That's true.
as F.
Oh! Let me tell you this real quick before we get into this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, pretentious Austin driving through today.
Oh, no.
Cybertruck, not normal Cybertruck. This bleeping bleep bleep bleep. You don't have to bleep it out. Just you've heard me speak. You know what I said. White Cybertruck. Tinted glass, white rims.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Wait, what?
No joke. No joke.
Oh,
White
my
rims, white
Whole white
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck, but with the tinted windows, so it didn't look like the trash can like gray that they have.
How much did that get somebody set back?
Oh, I'm
Good
sure. I'm
Lord.
sure that was $200,000.
And I'm sure it's causing the underlying material to rust.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I have seen those things now start to pop up here in the main line,
Oh, of course you would.
and it's so pretentious.
I want to rent one.
I'm serious.
I
don't
want
see
to
how
rent
it
one,
is.
buy a taco, put it in the truck, and drive it away and see if anybody notices. There's one single taco in the truck.
I don't understand how it's pretentious, because
well,
it looks like a car out of a PlayStation 1 game.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
it does.
So you're basically like passe. I don't know.
well, everything over here is pretentious, Steve. I mean, that's the thing. The main line is very pretentious. Some people are.
Just good luck, guys, because those guardrails aren't holding up. We did that many episodes ago.
Yeah.
They still didn't fix them.
Okay, well, from the bad things Elon has done to some of the better things that he has done.
Oh yeah.
As what is he, the head, or is he in charge?
He is officially the head of the Department of Government Efficiency.
I
Yeah.
think Trump's just letting him point at people because he can't do anything other than point.
That's very key. What John just said was very key for those of you that are absolutely losing your minds. He can only recommend.
Yeah, he can only point.
Cut. Yeah.
That's right.
So-
it's on the elected officials to decide and make the final decision.
That's
whether
right.
or not to cut something.
Yes.
Or
That's
not.
right.
He's just there to say, you know what? That looks stupid. You should probably get rid of that.
Yeah.
And after you listen to us, some of the things he's found, you might agree with us. I don't know.
It took him 3 weeks to stop just pointing at the building. Congress. It took him a while. Like Trump had to be like, "Yeah, dude, we're over here. We're over in the government buildings. Looking. Stop pointing at them."
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't point like this.
Yeah. Right.
Well, he did that once.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
I know he's like, he's not quite.
He's
all
autistic.
there, so yeah.
Very autistic. He is not. You could tell. He's worldly. I guess you could say too. In that regard,
Well,
he
he's
doesn't.
just
He's
straight.
not.
He got Asperger's 4 times
Oh yeah.
in a
Oh,
row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
So the sweetheart out there in the Bronx that's like unfortunately representing the Bronx people, just calm down. Seriously, like AOC, take a breath, sweetheart. Either that or go back to your bar. Just saying.
She shall henceforth be referred to as AOC.
Yeah.
AOC.
Yes.
There
AOC. See,
you go.
see, I made it better.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, if you have no idea and you're living under a rock, because it's all plastered all over the freaking news,
Oh
of
my
which I
gosh.
haven't read a single one of
Yes. Oh, you're going to enjoy yourself then.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, I can't wait for
them.
this.
So Elon and DOGE, or DOGE, or however you choose to pronounce the acronym for the Department of Governmental Efficiency, has taken aim this past week at USAID, or USAID, or USAID, or
They don't
somebody
even,
explain
they
what it
don't
stands
even
for?
know.
They don't even know.
They spent $1 million just trying to figure out what the name actually was.
What's it stand for? US
Oh, we gotta look this up again?
Yeah.
I guess we gotta look this up again. Hold on. We're doing this live, on air, kind of.
We did this
The
yesterday,
US
so we didn't have to do it.
I know, right?
What-
U.S.
what-
assholes in
No,
Denmark.
no.
Get the Screenland, and we'll leave you alone.
It is the officially named U.S. Agency for International Development. That is USAID.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah. Well, it
USAID.
sounds made up. It doesn't sound expensive, John. It sounds made
We're
up.
going to learn that it's expensive.
Yes.
You're about to learn real.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, Elon has found where they are selling these $50,000 hammers and $80,000 toilet seats.
Oh, God.
It was all a big joke in Independence Day.
Yeah.
But nobody was like, you know what? I really don't want my tax dollars funding bullshit. Maybe we ought to look into this. So finally, all these years later, somebody's finally looking into it. And gentlemen, I have to say, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit of tax as long as it was actually being used for something beneficial.
Oh, you're going to love these then.
fixing roads, defending the country.
Oh, no, none
Interesting.
of that's in here. Nope.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
All right, so what we're going to do here is we're turning it over to the two guys who have actually read something on this.
Oh, God.
They have selected each their top 5 favorite projects.
Oh, yeah.
To which absurd amounts of money have been diverted, and then we're going to discuss why they should all be on the cutting room floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
God.
let's see. Matt's wearing what does that say on here? Colonial.
It's Colonial
All right, so that's
Williamsburg.
semi-patriotic. So we'll go.
Oh,
to
there
Matt
you go.
first.
Well,
Yeah.
come on.
No.
Eaton.
They're all named after Italians.
And we
Oh, my
used.
They were Italian.
I think so.
Gentlemen, I lead off with my top 5. This was really hard because every single one that I looked up was like, man, all these could be in a top 5.
Mhm.
But this one's pretty good to lead
Before
off.
you get there, I have one question. Was the
Yeah.
National Hot Dog Council?
No,
No.
Okay,
I did
all right,
not
thank
find anything to do there.
I was looking for that too, and nothing.
All right.
$425,622
That's rather arbitrary.
Nice.
to help Indonesian coffee companies become more climate and gender friendly through USAID.
Nice.
That's number one.
I got one that beats that.
Go on. Go ahead,
Okay.
John.
Yeah, all right. We'll alternate
Yes.
here. Go ahead, John.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
$20 million
Ooh.
for a TV show in Iraq like Sesame Street.
$3,315,446
At
for
least John's was like even number. What the hell?
Yeah, my criminal behavior over here is
for quote. I got to do this in the voice.
Being LGBTQ in the Caribbean.
Through USAID.
interesting.
There you go.
All right,
John.
I got another
go
one
ahead.
for you, Steve. You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
$4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Good luck with all that.
That's where I'm worried.
Hey, you got to watch out for those Kazakis. You know,
They
that kind of a deal.
overthrew their own government. I don't know why we were sending them money.
Oh, yeah, John? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
I got it.
$15 million for condoms to the Taliban.
Nice. To the Gaza
Yeah.
Strip. We don't know if it was.
Well, I mean, we don't want them reproducing.
Yes.
So maybe that's not such a bad idea.
I actually support that. For the non-reproducing of terrorists, I don't support that one.
Why don't we just skip straight to chemical castration?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
we're getting
that-
there. Just
We're getting there.
let it go.
John, go ahead.
$6 million for Egyptian tourism.
Wow.
We don't
Interesting.
own the pyramids. They do.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have
Are
never
we
guessed that.
buying like tickets to the pyramids? To
I
see
have no. I guess I'm just.
Oh my gosh.
We are funding
All right.
their tourism campaign, basically.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I have another one for you, gentlemen. $446,700 to promote the expansion of atheism in Nepal.
There you go.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
that's like reverse missionary.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
exact.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
yeah.
here's one. Here's one for you.
Go ahead.
$4.6 million to the Eco Health Alliance. If you don't know who they are,
Oh boy.
they do bat research in the Wuhan virology lab. You know, like the Fauci lab. You know that one.
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This one, though, I think is probably the best one of my 5. $3.2 million to help Tunisian migrants readjust to life in Tunisia after deportation.
Interesting.
So you're sending the people back to their home country, and yet we're giving them money to help them readjust
To their home country.
life in their
Interesting.
home
That's where they
country.
came from. Hmm.
where they came from originally.
All right, is this the last
Anyway.
one?
Yeah, I think this is the last one.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, there's so many more.
There
I
are
wanna
so
keep
many.
going.
That's the crazy part. Okay. This one just pisses me off because it's right in DC. They're funding it.
Oh no.
$1.2 million to the African Methodist Episcopal Church Service and Development Agency in Washington, D.C. to build a state-of-the-art 404-seat auditorium. Like, it just pisses me off. Like, it's a low amount of money, but like you're just giving it to everybody at this point.
Wait, wait. Nobody brought up the presentation for climate change in Argentina.
Oh yeah.
Please
Could throw that in
read
there.
That one's the one I liked from yesterday. Please read that one.
Yeah. $55,750 for a climate change presentation warning about the impact of climate change in Argentina to be led by female and LGBTQ journalists through the State Department.
Hey,
Imagine a presentation of 55,000.
even at my billing rate, I could give you a presentation on climate change in Argentina for way less than that.
And it wouldn't just be like, whoa, it's hot out.
But you would be No, Steve, you would be disqualified, you see, because it has to be led by your wife. So you would have to,
Well, no,
you
wait a
couldn't
minute. Wait.
create it.
You said who
To
was-
be led by female and
Oh,
LGBT
Oh, female.
journalists.
So they know what a female is now.
Well,
You're
yeah.
funding.
That might be a problem, though. But yeah.
Well, you pay a premium for them. I come in a much
Yeah.
Yeah, my money's being pissed away here that I'm paying taxes in. What the fuck?
Don't forget
Yeah.
about small gold mining in the Amazon. There's
Oh, really?
yeah.
John, there's also like $8,000 to promote DEI among LGBTQ
Yes.
groups in Cyprus.
Oh, you mean the LGBTQ in Uganda got 5.5?
How about $16,500 to foster a united and equal queer feminist discourse in Albanian society?
I'm sure they appreciated that one.
I mean, come on.
Wow.
These are very important, and especially considering that, at the minimum, we're talking about a Honda Accord here. I mean, come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. That kind of
All
thing.
right. Now that we made fun
all
of it. Anything?
Yeah, now that we've made fun.
Anybody got anything relevant? Do we care about this?
I'd rather
yeah,
spend 50 grand on the hammer.
This is, I think, only tip of the iceberg, gentlemen. I really do believe that. In fact, I saw a video of Elon back in October, prior to the election, saying, buckle up, because it's like the stuff that we're going to find, it's not going to be pretty, and there's going to be a lot of upset people about it.
Yeah.
And you've seen those upset people if you followed this story.
Mm-hmm.
Of people that aren't exactly very popular right now across the entire country, making complete asses of themselves, standing in front of the Department of Education, holding a rally, trying to get into the building, but being rebuffed by some dude who's just saying, like, no, you can't come in here. You know, it's like,
Interesting.
what are we doing? What are we doing on that side of the aisle? Like, this is an embarrassment. This is an absolute embarrassment to the country. And sometimes when the light gets shown on the dark and dirty crevices, it's not exactly pretty down there.
Usually the cockroaches run, but this
Yes.
time they are attacking.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
yelling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And all I keep thinking about, and you know, to make it real serious, you know, we know of somebody in North Carolina that suffered through
Mhm.
a hurricane, you know, that moved there. You know, and brother, we're still thinking about you. We're still praying for you. And trust me when I tell you that. That's
$750. Come on, that would have handled all that.
That right
That
there
would've
is
handled all
outrageous. You could have spent $3.2 million to the people there
Mhm.
trying to, you know, rebuild their damn lives, Johnny.
I mean, Sesame
But
Street
we've got-
Iraq, though. I mean, come on, dude. If you could get that on
Yeah.
TV. No.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
The priorities are out
Yes,
of
They're
whack,
completely out of whack.
you know, and that's a big problem.
I'm
That's a
sure
massive
the
problem.
terrorists in Iraq haven't seized control of that Sesame Street and put some great ideologies out there for it.
There's also some very interesting articles, side articles to this that speak on just that, Steve. They're not even saying, they're saying that these are earmarked aid
But not
from
necessarily
there
going
that,
there,
that not necessarily going there, and there are some nice hit pieces coming out that are showing you exactly how these 6 or 7 terrorist organizations that rule terror in, you know, that side of the world are
Mhm.
taking this money, and literally it's almost like it's being funneled directly to them because they have such
Yeah.
access to them, and that's what we should be pissed about.
Oh,
We're sold a
100%.
bill of goods by one administration about, oh, we need to fight terror and we need to send all our kids over there and to die. And then you look at
Mhm.
this and you're like, yeah, but you guys are literally just funding this shit.
Mhm.
Isn't
Whether
it
it be
any wonder?
whether it's on by accident or on purpose, it's still negligent.
Isn't it any wonder that you hear military-industrial complex
Yeah.
get thrown around? I don't like that phrase, but I can see why people would make that kind of an accusation. Because you've got one side of the argument that's saying, like, well, we've got to defend freedom and the whole bit, but then you got the other side where it's like you're funding your opposition.
Yeah.
Now, which is it if you're the federal government? Which do you want to do? You know, you should be on the side of, I don't know, defending your soldiers.
Mhm.
Would make sense to me, but
How about
You know.
taking 3/4 of that money or 1/4 of that money and giving it to the military? The soldiers, I don't mean the airplanes, the
Oh, yeah.
actual soldiers, to get them up to
Yeah.
actual pay grade so they can live.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Yeah.
I think you're exactly right, John. The $20 million for Iraq Sesame Street. Yeah, they say, okay, here's the 20 million. Go put on the Sesame Street now. And they take it, and somebody's like, oh, all right, I'm going to get a Ferrari. I'm going to mount a minigun on the top of that Ferrari.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now I have a kick-ass ride that can have some serious firepower when we need to, you know.
Yeah, because we can
Do some
produce
action.
this TV show for $100 grand.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
put a
That's
couple-
exactly
yeah.
what
put
it
a
is.
couple kids, and there you go. Like that.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
We're
Really?
not. That is exactly the greatest question. I don't think they know what we're doing, and that's
Yeah.
And this is on. This falls on Congress. This is the start to
Mhm.
fall on Congress. This stuff needs to be cut when it's brought to
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
It still has
No
to be brought
question.
to them. So don't everybody relax. It still has to be brought to them. This has to be put in a file.
And this has
Yeah.
to stop.
Like
100%. This has to stop, period.
But if it doesn't,
Um,
we know who the real criminals are. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
And
what
we
I
can
love.
vote him out
I
of
love what
office.
Elon's doing. He's pointing at all the corners.
Mhm.
Hey, look over here, look over here, look over here. It's up to us to hold
Yeah.
our Congress accountable. So hopefully it'll work out. I think it will.
I
But,
Yeah.
There's people in government that just didn't want us looking.
Mhm.
And that I
Oh,
think
yeah.
is the real reason for a lot of the resistance is they know we're not going to like what they find.
Yep.
And so far we have not. I mean,
Yeah.
2
my
articles.
tax money, you know, you could say, well, the tax money gets spread around.
It does.
I wouldn't be surprised that the amount of taxes I paid last year
Mm-hmm.
could have all have been directed to one of those things.
Sure.
Mhm.
Except maybe the 16,000 that would only be part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really should, like, and the thing of it is, this whole USAID thing was an executive order by John F. Kennedy
Yes.
in 1961, and the premise of it was to be a charitable organization, essentially, for our allies back in the day.
And that's a noble goal.
Yeah, that is
And it's a very noble
that
goal.
is a noble cause
100%.
to make this, but what it's become.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke, and it needs to stop. And we just need the Congress now to have some balls, get to the table, vote this thing, and stop it.
Yep.
And redirect that money, or absorb that whole departmental agency inside the State Department.
Just that money
Off
alone
you go.
that we talked about would put a dent in the debt that we are holding over everybody's head and asking for more tax dollars.
and again, I go back to what I said before with North Carolina. How ironic it is to have an organization that says USAID on it, and yet they're not providing any aid to the United States, none whatsoever.
$2 billion to Guatemala. Come on now, that's
Yeah.
not the United States.
You can look beyond North Carolina. The fires in California.
Yeah.
The fires in Hawaii. Yeah.
Isn't Ohio after that thing? Ohio's still waiting
East
for something,
Palestine.
right?
Oh yeah.
Florida had hurricanes. Nothing.
Florida had a couple hurricanes. Yep.
Thank God they have a normal government down there.
And that was the thing. I think what started this entire movement was those $750 payments, because everybody kind of went, "Wait, what?
You're
giving your own citizens like $750? Like, something's not right here. Something is not right." And it wasn't just the fact that Ukraine was getting billions upon billions of dollars, which, oh, by the way, they can't find either. They can't find
He's not that
200
smart,
billion.
So.
Well, yeah. That's a whole nother side issue.
I'm not willing to say the check didn't get there yet. He's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
might be in his pocket.
Yeah. Might be asking for it next week when he visits the Trump office. Who knows? Which he'll get rebuffed. But at the same time, that was really the red flag. That $750 payment. I guarantee you, that's probably what people were going like, what the hell is going on here? That we can't help our own people that are suffering through acts of God, natural disaster. And
we
yet,
sure can give $55,000 to somebody who wants to do a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
How come none of you guys ever thought to like get some of that USAID money?
I tried
for the podcast.
I tried.
I don't know if we were.
I'm too white and
of the
straight.
right ilk. Yeah, and I'm too religious over here, so that would have definitely been a definite disqualification.
Well, we could have been like, it could have been for climate change research in states where medical monkeys get released into the wild and then bite Starbucks baristas.
To be honest with you, I think we sailed that ship early when we were very, 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 very mean to Gavin Newsom. He probably took us off that. We couldn't get in the climate change.
That wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault being mean. I was only following John's lead.
Yeah, but you hate him more than I do. What about his dance?
We all know John has an agenda, and it does not involve dancing. Stop that.
What about Gavin Newsom with that? Look at the fires. I'm going to bring people in. Look at me.
And if you want to look at the fires and bring people in, you should visit our website. I turned that right back on you.
Nice. I did a good laugh. Thanks.
That's Two Noobs talking.wordpress.com I'm talking about, where you can actually watch our episodes all the way back to 140. And if you want to see something before that, it will take you to our YouTube channel, where we need you to like, share, and subscribe. We're up to 103 subscribers, right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Glenn dropped off, all of you.
No, Glenn continues to leave comments, which is what we want you to do. We want to hear from more than just him.
But that would be a Glenn thing to do. Unsubscribe to hurt us and then still comment on it.
Don't do that, Glenn. And the rest of you, we want you to subscribe and comment because we want to hear from you. We want to engage. You know, we talk about fun stuff and not so fun stuff.
Yes.
And you know, maybe the Eagles won the Super Bowl, maybe not. It's like the Schrodinger cat.
Yeah, I have.
Right? You open the box to find out, but until then, it's both. Both possibilities exist for us. Now,
can you imagine living in that state like the entire time? That'd be horrible.
It would be.
Oh my
God.
I am dreaming right now of the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, whatever, Kermit. I'm dreaming that we just talked about 8 sacks, and he cried at halftime. That's what I'm dreaming about right now.
That's
so,
what you're dreaming
what
about.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I don't look foolish.
Well, if you want to cry at halftime, go back to the website.
And we will have memes of him crying at halftime if it actually happened, with Gavin Newsom doing this.
Yeah. A better idea is you put your email in that little box on the home page and then hit the subscribe button, because then you will be notified every time I get around to uploading the latest episode onto it, which I have not done yet, but it's only Friday, so give me a break.
And it won't be happening this weekend because the Eagles are.
Oh, yes, it will. I'm going to do it as soon as I'm done here, because otherwise it's going to wait until like Tuesday.
That's fine.
All right, this is getting out of hand. Topic 3.
Let's do it.
Speaking of cats and Schrodinger.
Yeah, right.
Sand Springs Animal Welfare, or SSAW, recently.
I was happy when I saw that.
Recently picked up a stray cat wandering around Oklahoma. A routine procedure for the rescue. Things stopped being routine and started getting mysterious when the rescue checked the feline for a microchip. When they looked up the contact information associated with said microchip, the rescue discovered it was registered to someone in the UK, or UK, over 4,000 miles. All right, hey, phones off. Silence all phones.
I don't know how they got
over
through.
4,000 miles from Oklahoma. The find left everyone asking, how did this cat cross an ocean and a large portion of the U.S. and end up in the Sooner State? No, it was not USAID. Tracy Anderson, the animal welfare coordinator at the shelter, said he was in really good condition, so we weren't sure what was going on. Sand Springs contacted a dog warden in the UK for help searching for Samson's owner. This is the name of the cat in case I skipped over that part of the article. And the warden found a promising lead, contact information for Samson's supposed owner. MSN reported that the shelter contacted the woman connected to Samson's microchip, but she said her cat wasn't missing and was in fact sitting right next to her. Anderson told KOKI that she believes something happened when Samson got microchipped and his contact information probably got switched. Or it's an invasion of the body snatchers with cats.
Yeah.
John, should we be afraid?
Yes. Yeah, totally afraid.
That's all you got?
This is 100%. I believe, after reading this article, this is 100% of their AI chatbot that they use to enter all things because everybody was lazy. Switched to 2, and now everybody's going, can't believe this thing came from the UK. It didn't. It lives in Oklahoma. And it has lived in Oklahoma the whole time. But you lazy teenagers there had AI put it into the system, and 101.1.4 was accidentally entered in the UK. And now they have an Oklahoma cat in the UK, but they're not talking to us because Elon. So
Starlink didn't get over there
we're
fast enough,
screwed.
I guess. I don't know.
Right.
We're screwed at that point. What do you think about this, Steve? And being a cat owner. You haven't spoken much.
At least one of my cats is microchipped because I actually witnessed the event.
Run.
I don't know about the fat one. It's probably shielded through all the fats anyway. So they put the microchip in, and then what you have to do is you have to log in and then register that chip. They give you, like, the chip is attached to a piece of paper that has the code on it. So you take the piece of paper, you log in, you register that code, and you put in your contact information. I didn't do it because there was a fee, and I'm like, screw it. He's an indoor cat. If he gets lost, it runs away from the house, then I'll log in and register.
And he's not that far away from me all the time, so if you really lose him, it's your fault.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's obviously clear that this cat did not stow away in the wheel well of an Aer Lingus jet. His owner just
He didn't get on a.
there was some confusion with the chip or something.
You mean he didn't go on a voyage across the Atlantic Ocean to maybe go for the American dream in Oklahoma and just
Why would you go to Oklahoma?
hang out there?
This cat's got to be smarter than that.
Why not? Well, it's out in the middle of nowhere. What the hell? Maybe you're running around, you see mice. I mean,
But can you
why
imagine?
not?
Can you imagine being the woman who gets the call in the UK?
Oh.
It's like, hey, we found your cat, and you're like,
We've got a cat here
That's
already.
right here.
Never
Yeah.
left. Never left.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big problem.
Yeah. I thought like that was a great story to see that, because it's like you have like this one cat and the chip was in the UK and you're thinking, wait a minute, could it be possible for that cat to get lost in the UK, run all the way to a fishing wharf or whatever, board a freighter and sail across the Atlantic Ocean and then get out in New York and then run across New York and all the way down and found in Oklahoma? What a story. That would have been like, put that in a movie. That kind
Your
of a deal.
story was probably fine with the boat.
The
Running
Oklahoma
from
part,
New York
yeah.
to Oklahoma, that's a little far.
a little bit of
That's a long way.
it's a bridge too far, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could legitimately see a cat in a coastal neighborhood finding
Yeah.
its way on a ship and then
Boston or
staying-
something like that, yeah.
and staying on
Yeah.
the ship throughout the
Yeah.
voyage and eating rats aboard the ship, because I'm sure rats get aboard too.
Yes. And they're in New York, so he's
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
feasting.
Absolutely. The rats in New York might eat him. I mean,
That's true. Maybe that's why he did leave. maybe
Yeah,
he
right.
jumped on Air Force One with Joe Biden and went to Oklahoma. You never know. He would have never seen him.
Probably
You
not.
know, Biden would have taken him to the Amazon and then walked away like,
And saluted him.
all right, all this talk about, money for presentations. We're moving into topic 4, for which I have prepared
So-
slides, and therefore I demand that you pay me $55,000.
Nice.
No. We're not going to pay you that at all. We're going to pay you. I haven't figured it out yet. Depends on the quality of the presentation, to be perfectly honest.
I'm not going
That's all I
below
judge.
50 or I'm walking. You can do this without me. See how far you get. Huh?
I'll give you 60. I'll give you 60.
60? Nice. All right.
Yeah. To start.
Okay.
We'll see how
All
it
right.
goes. Yeah.
60,000 it is. We're going to do
Yeah.
it. Okay. Topic 4. We're bringing back. We did this before once. We've got a nice title for it now, though. Catchy title. It's called "Breaking the Multiverse."
Nice.
We're gonna
Dun, dun, dun.
look at some
Beat
things.
Robert Downey Jr. to death. No, okay. We're not doing that. Damn.
No.
John really has an agenda, doesn't he?
Yeah, that is a.
We're gonna have to get him some help. I mean,
Taking it all down.
he's all over Congress, which I can understand, but now he's threatening physical violence to Robert Downey Jr. for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So,
That's why I gave him the buzzer.
All right.
Anyway, go on.
There's some reasons.
hey, one of us had his phone on during.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, breaking
Yeah.
the multiverse, we have things that used to be that you can bring one back, and things that are which you must send into the abyss. Only one of them. The rest will remain.
Oh,
So
boy.
we did this before. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to do it again. And we're going to start
Hell
with
yeah.
something that you guys probably going to get too much joy out of, which is we've got 4
Oh.
social media websites that
Oh,
are
boy.
currently in existence. TikTok is in flux, so we didn't include them.
Okay.
But you get to banish one of these to the nether realm.
Oh,
These, if you
wow.
can't see because you forgot to turn your phone's display on,
Audibly.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yes, I said Twitter.
Or X.
No, Twitter. Or LinkedIn.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
So, Mr. Matt, which of these would you prefer to see never again?
Oh. You know, this is going to be highly controversial. Maybe highly controversial. LinkedIn, I would want to get rid of.
Interesting.
I can't stand that app, to be perfectly honest. I think there are way too many notifications, at least on my LinkedIn app, that every time I have to log in, there's like 20 plus notifications. I turn off the notifications from it at all. And the recruiters there are awful. And then everybody feels like they're the smartest person in the room. Oh, look at me, you know, that kind of a deal. And they're all like bragging about,
How wonderful you can work in the workplace.
you know, that kind of a deal. And it's so annoying.
Matt, I am honored that you've chosen me to host the podcast and discuss LinkedIn. I'm humbled at the opportunity.
Yes. And the buzzwords. That's
Oh, boy.
another
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
The buzzwords are god awful there.
Have you ever wanted to do a paradigm shift in your workplace?
You know, that kind of bullshit. I mean, no. I just want to go about my business and just do a good job each and every day.
But if you do a paradigm shift, you could transform your organization from the top down.
I need to
Okay.
find that episode where I did the fake sponsorship ad that had all the buzzwords.
Yep.
'Cause that was pretty good.
That was
All
good
right,
stuff.
John.
That was pretty good.
I have to say I picked Matt that he was gonna
Yeah.
say LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so it
From
wasn't
what we were
highly
talking about, I
controversial.
thought he was totally going for
Was
that.
not a surprise to me. So, but which
Yeah.
would you choose to get rid of?
I have a question. If I go Facebook, does it completely cripple Zuckerberg? Like he
I
has
would
no
say-
money to have Instagram, so technically, if I drop Facebook, Instagram goes with it.
No. You can only get rid of one. You can't cripple Instagram by getting rid of Facebook.
Ah.
You get rid of one, the rest have to stay. That's the rule.
Well, there's
That's
cat
You were
cool.
going
video-
to try to play this
Yeah.
kind of game.
there is cat videos on Instagram, so that can stay. X,
Yeah, but
everybody
it's
yells
on
at each
Facebook.
everybody yells at each other, and I don't have to listen to what they say because I don't have it. So that's great.
There you go.
Like,
There you
that's
go.
awesome. I don't have LinkedIn either because I
There you
don't need it. I don't need buzzwords. I'm fine. So I would have to get
So
rid of
Facebook.
Facebook because Instagram's got cat videos. So I don't want Facebook. I don't have either of them. I don't have any of these apps on my phone. So I
God
have
bless
YouTube.
you. You're much better off.
Facebook does have cat videos, just so you know.
I'm sure it does, but
You have to look.
the hatred I've had for it for so many years, it can leave.
You know what I've been invaded with in my Facebook
Please don't
feed?
tell us.
Bald eagle
Nice.
videos.
Nice.
Will you
Nice.
get your mind out
You know
of
what
the gutter,
happened,
John?
Matt?
Come on now.
You watched two bald eagle videos over
Yeah.
twice, and they were like, he likes bald
Uh-huh.
eagles. He
Right.
I'm
loves
going to throw it in
bald
there.
That's
Yeah,
how it works.
bald eagles. You know what? I'm not going to complain about it.
I-
You shouldn't.
I love them.
I used to, when I had other Instagram and other ones, I would be all day would be goats, baby goats,
Really?
because I love baby goats, and I would catch
Aw.
myself watching a video of baby goats, and then it was just baby goats, and I wasn't complaining. It's the greatest thing
Yeah.
Zuckerberg's ever done. Show me baby goats.
You know, I get
There you
scared
go.
to death when I'm scrolling that I'm accidentally going to hit something
Yep.
stupid.
Yep.
And then it's going to be like,
Oh,
oh, he
yeah.
likes it.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be
Yeah,
inundated
just
with
see.
it until I like mute all of them. And it
The
just,
bald eagle, when it goes in and picks out a fish,
See?
ain't nothing
See?
like it. Man.
They-
That is the greatest
They
thing.
got his algorithm.
you should see the
Yeah.
video of the bald eagle that has cartoon arms drawn on it, and it
Mhm.
carries like machine guns, and then it salutes a flag. It's awesome.
That's
All
awesome.
right, for me, I would get rid of Instagram because I tried it once, and I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah, it's dumb. Well, there's cat
It is
videos on
got-
there.
It has got to be the
Yeah.
least user friendly of the four of these that I have.
Oh, it's
That's very
it's
true.
astronomically user unfriendly. Like there's
Yeah.
Good.
It's got features on it just to mess with. When we were posting stuff on Instagram when we first used it, it makes you want to punch somebody when you're trying to use it. Oh,
It's
upload.
really
You want to
good.
upload a minute-long video? Okay, the minute-long video is there. Oh, put the description in. Okay, save it. All right. Well, do you want to add to your thing, or do you want to put a filter on it? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
It's for mind-numbing people. Is what it's for.
What I had when I was putting Dr. IP videos on it, I had to trick it into thinking I was on my phone by using some feature in Chrome that makes you simulate a phone interface instead of a computer.
No
Because the
kidding.
videos were sitting on my computer, and that's the only way I could upload them.
It's terrible.
All right,
Isn't that
good. Thank
amazing?
you for justifying my decision.
Yes.
All right,
There you
moving on. Next, we are bringing back
Ooh.
a retired athlete.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
we have,
man.
going from left to right on your screen, we have Barry Sanders of the Detroit Lions. We have Bo Jackson, two-way sports, Kansas City Royals, and was he LA or Oakland Raiders?
It was LA Raiders.
LA, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got Bobby Orr, who retired much too young of the Boston Bruins. And of course, the better than
The
LeBron
greatest.
James, Michael Jordan.
The greatest.
All right, John, you get to go first on this one.
Do they come back at the same team?
Yes.
Jordan.
Wow.
Wow. Like
Because
no
it would be
hesitation
relevant.
there.
Again. Those would be relevant, and we wouldn't have to talk about LeBron anymore.
Ooh, that's a
the
really
four-
good point.
Yeah. Of the four athletes that are shown here, I love three of them. One of them I don't like. That's Bobby Orr, only because he played
was
for
so
Boston
good.
for so many
Yeah,
years.
but you got to respect.
But he was
so
really
You gotta
good.
respect.
He was so good. Yeah.
I had to have a
Um,
hockey player up there.
Yeah, he was so good.
I would agree with John Jordan. I mean, putting him in this NBA, he scores 60 to 65 points a game.
In
this
his
NBA.
prime. Not now. He totally
Yeah, in
did
his
not
prime.
score a
Yeah.
single shot.
He would kill everybody. He would obliterate Steph. He would obliterate LeBron, for God's sakes, and would
Well,
win
he would
probably every
defend all the
single
best
championship.
Yeah, he would defend all the best shooters, and he would destroy all the defenders.
People don't realize this about Jordan, and they should. He was a tremendous defensive player. Like, he was a great basketball
He was a
player.
better defender than
Top
he
to
was a
bottom.
scorer, and he was a damn good scorer.
Then he was a scorer. Yeah. Mhm.
That's the crazy part about him.
No, that's true.
All right, well,
That's very
I'm
true.
going to differ with the panel here.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Ooh,
bringing back
okay.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because, man, could that guy run. Holy crap.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they would
man.
be in the Super Bowl right now. And we
Yes,
wouldn't
they
be.
would. Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
point. But, I mean, God, watching him run was a thing of beauty, and he retired much too early.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Had enough, but yeah, man, I would love to see him in this
I'd love
NFL.
to see him on
Yeah.
our team.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you want to?
Well, we got
We
Saquon,
do,
so that's
but-
not.
I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
Hell, you
I
guys
just
play together.
played, I played Tecmo Super
Can you
Bowl online a couple days ago, and I did the Pro Bowl.
hmm
I was the NFC.
Yeah.
Man, I loved it. I had Steve Young as my quarterback. I had
Barry in
my
the backfield.
was Barry Sanders and Emmett Smith.
Nice.
Wow.
How you gonna
Oh,
lose
my
with that?
gosh.
Those two guys
Yeah,
could
you
run the
can't.
football a tiny
A
bit.
little bit.
It's a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, moving
Yeah.
on. Okay. We
Ooh,
have
look at that.
signature hamburgers, and goddamn, I hope I can remember. What did you say? The
I know the
Um,
top two. I don't know the bottom
okay.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting rid of one of these.
Yes.
Top left is the Big Mac
hmm
Okay.
from McDonald's. Top right is
Yeah.
the Whopper from Burger
Mhm.
King.
Got it.
Bottom left is the Dave's Double.
Yes. Yes.
from
You are correct.
Wendy's.
Yes.
And
Okay.
bottom right, was that the Sonic
Yes,
Burger?
that's
we
a
chose
Sonic
yesterday?
Burger. Yes.
Okay.
Sonic Burger.
Did it have a name? I don't remember the name.
Super Sonic or something like that. We were talking Sonic.
it's a-
yeah, it's a
Sonic-
signature.
yeah.
It's their signature burger.
Yeah. Signature Sonic.
Getting rid of one
Get
of
rid of
these.
one. Matt, you go.
I'd have to go Big Mac.
Getting rid of the Big Mac. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Explain.
I think of these are really. I mean, I really want to have one now. All these
Dave's
one of these
double.
things. I'm
Give it
looking at
Dave's
this. My
double.
God. And I had a hamburger tonight for dinner.
Yes.
My God. I think Wendy's burger tastes a little bit better than the Big Mac. I can't explain why. I just think that it's a little bit better, fresher, maybe with better lettuce or whatever. The Sonic burger, every once in a while I'll have a Sonic burger, but it's not often, that kind of a deal. And then the Wendy's is like, that's a classic. You're not going to get, or Burger King, the Whopper. That's a classic.
Flame
Can't get rid of
broiled.
that. Yeah, hell yeah.
But
yeah,
it
it was
was
just something about the.
there. Come on.
Yeah, they fry them by going like this. Basically, they just I don't know. I just think it's the lettuce. Maybe it's the shredded lettuce in the Big Mac that's like turning me off on them.
Okay.
I don't know.
It might be that
or
tangy
the way
sauce and the bread to meat ratio is terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That is true
Yeah.
about
It's still
McDonald's.
good though,
Patties-
because
the
it's
patties are
yeah.
very thin.
Yeah.
Very thin.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
very
John,
thin,
which
yeah.
one are you kicking out?
I'm gonna. I actually had a Big Mac for the first time in years today, knowing we
Oh,
were
wow.
doing this because I wanted to remember what it tasted like because I couldn't remember. It's totally
Yeah.
it's out. It's the worst fast food burger known to man. McDonald's has
That's
12
something.
other options that are better than the Big Mac. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
the
quarter
it's the
pounder with
worst.
cheese for
It's the
one.
worst fast food burger by far.
Mm.
The bread to meat
remember-
ratio sucks. The lettuce over the pickles in the lettuce is too much veggie with no
Yeah.
sweet. Like, because you got the tangy and then the tangy and then the tangy and then you got crunchy and then you just lettuce is all over your lap and you're like, I just tried to eat. Like, I wasn't trying to. I didn't go like this. I was eating.
I didn't.
But it
I didn't
looks
want to
like
have
I
like a
went
half
like
pound of
this.
lettuce. Yeah, I didn't want to have a half pound of lettuce on my lap. I remember the Burger King had a Big King
That was
years ago.
quality back in the day, man. That was my
Back
my
in the
move
day.
back then.
That was
Yeah.
mine too. I would get that every time we would play
Yeah.
we play hockey. I would have
The
a
fake,
Big King
the fake Big
because it
Mac.
looked the fake Big Mac.
It was
Yeah,
good.
and it was better.
I'm going to kick the Sonic one just because I've never eaten a Sonic and I never will.
It's not bad.
Oh,
I don't blame you for that.
It's kinda
because
bizarre.
It's Sonic is. I've had a ton of Sonic because there's a Sonic in every town in the entire country. And I travel a lot, so sometimes Sonic is your only. Sonic might be the only one in that town when you're crossing, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, tater tots and slushies for me, I guess, because
yeah.
need to
Ew,
eat.
tater tots? Oh.
The closest
fan.
Sonic that's near us, Johnny, is up in Collegeville. That's
Oh,
the
wow.
only other place I could think of.
It's definitely
Although,
not
Steve,
an
I
East Coast
don't think
thing
there's
yet.
any in the.
There's
I don't think it's any in the Northeast.
there's
Do you?
one
Or
up in near like Warminster.
in Salem, Warminster. Okay,
Okay. Makes
yeah, that'd
sense.
be the closest for you. But yeah, that's the closest for me is up in Collegeville,
Yeah, but
which
there's
is like 25 minutes north. I'm not going to travel that far.
there's a Sonic up there, but it's right across the street from an Olive Garden, so it's like.
Oh, so you go to
I'd
the
rather
Olive
go to
Garden.
yeah,
Sorry.
totally go to the Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Yeah, you go there. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, yeah,
ravioli.
yeah, yeah.
It's way better.
All right, hold on. All right, we're bringing
Salmon
back
breadsticks too.
a deceased actor.
Mhm.
Ooh.
From left to right, we have Robin Williams, Jim Varney, otherwise known as Ernest,
Ernest, yeah.
Marlon Brando, or Sean Connery.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Oh.
see, John's turn to go first.
John.
I'm
yep.
bringing back Robin Williams
Oh,
just
good.
because I would
Yeah.
like to see him do something, especially with the new Hollywood and there's new production companies taking over. There could be some cool shit that he would do.
You have to
And the
wonder,
reason
like,
I don't
if
bring
he's in
Ernest
this
back
environment.
because John Cena
Yeah.
could just fit in that role and we're fine.
No,
He looks exactly the same.
I have to wonder, like, with Robin Williams, what he would think about this generation's Hollywood. You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
think
Like,
of it very fondly.
yeah,
I would like to see him
This-
come back now, like now that
yeah,
like, there are different powers in control of Hollywood and things seem to be lightening up there.
He probably would start his own studio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be, I think it would be
Yeah.
awesome because I think we would get to see some really good period pieces and some good drama because that's what he was kind of
Yeah.
moving towards when he unfortunately passed away.
Yeah. Beloved
All right,
actor.
Matt.
Sean
Oh, big
Connery for me.
surprise.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, my God, I miss him. There's something about him that I just miss. You know, he could still act when he was older. The Rock was one of the best movies. I think, Steve. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we did see it in the theater together. I remember seeing The Rock.
No, not with me.
Not with you.
I didn't get to
Okay,
see it in
I
the
remember Deuce seeing that movie in the theater though, and that. Oh my God, that was such a great movie. Such a great movie. And he was great in that role, and of course with the Bonds, it's like, come on, you know, it's just, you know, such an iconic actor and such great lines, and it's a shame that his last one was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He
God,
said he
yeah.
hated that movie.
Well.
He absolutely hated that movie because it was just like, what are we doing? We had the concept of the script was all over the place, and he was just like, this is what I'm going out on.
Yeah.
He ended up retiring. He ended up like walking away. It's just like, that's it. I'm
This
done.
is all bullshit.
This is all bullshit.
I can't believe I'm making
You?
this as my last film. This is terrible. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with John. I think I would bring back Robin Williams. He's
yeah.
just so entertaining. And, you know,
Yeah.
it's bizarre. You see him so full of life on the screen, and to learn like what his life was outside is kind of depressing. Although
Mork and Mindy was a great sitcom
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day. I remember that, but way back in the day. You ever watch a Mork and Mindy
Oh,
episode?
yeah.
You'd
Oh,
die
yeah.
laughing.
Everything that man ever touched was great. Comedy
Yeah.
gold, and then when he wanted to get serious, he was also great at that.
He was, yeah.
yeah, but part of
Exactly.
me does want to bring back Jim Varney, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Miss that guy too. He was awesome. All right, what's next? Ooh, we are doing NHL jerseys.
This one's hard.
Ooh, and which ones we're ditching?
This is
right?
Yes. You guys chose these four
Yep.
as ones you really loved from today's NHL.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to get rid of one of them. So top left, we've got the black Buffalo Sabres jersey with the buffalo head on it. Top right, we have the LA Kings current home jersey, black and silver.
Mhm.
Lower left, we've got the Edmonton Oilers home jersey. And then lower right, we have the Dallas Stars current home jersey, green with the big D and star in it.
Yeah.
I don't think these are the four I would have chosen as my favorites, but this is what you guys selected, so now you have the tough choice to make.
John? Or
You
do I go
I
first?
think
I
it's
guess
your
I go
turn this
first,
time.
Yeah,
right?
you go first.
Oh, well,
John's still
of
deciding.
of the four, I think for me it's easy, the Buffalo head. You know, I mean, I get it. It has a lot of throwback appeal to the three of us because, you know, that reminds us of Dominic Hasek and, you know, all those great Buffalo Sabres teams that we love to hate. I mean, it was just,
Matthew
you know,
Barnaby.
Barnaby and, yeah, Miroslav Satan, or Shatan, I
Miroslav
should say.
Satan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Alexei Zhitnik and all those guys. And we got Peter Svoboda from the Buffalo Sabres years ago. Rescued him
I think
from
he was
that
wearing the blue though.
horrible organization.
When we got him.
Or was he?
Yeah.
Was he really? Okay,
thi-
good. So we did spare him of that.
This
That's
is
good.
also Danny Briere while he was with
Yep.
Buffalo.
Yep.
There
At
you
least
go.
the first year, yeah.
Yeah. So
They took him
I
out,
would
but
say
okay.
I would say this Buffalo Sabres one I would get of the four. Yeah.
All right.
The other three I'm fine
All right,
with.
John.
Yeah, it's
I'm
no
gonna
big
get
deal.
rid of the Dallas one. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I like the
Really?
Dallas one, but it's not as iconic to my NHL because it's a throwback, all three of them, because it's the now, but it's too.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
very true. Yeah.
absolutely. I love those three. Put the red or the orange flyer one right in that one,
Yeah.
and they're probably my favorite four jerseys.
There you go.
I think
Yeah.
I'm with John. I'd kick the Dallas one as well because the other three
Okay.
are very much 80s, 90s
Yeah.
reminiscent.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dallas
Very
one
much
is
so.
like,
Yeah.
I like it, but I just
all right, well,
We were looking at the LA Kings jersey. Remember, yesterday at pre-production, and yeah, they weren't silver and black back in the
But
day.
they did
were-
have that king that they have on the trip, but it was just large.
It did. It was
It was gross. It was very
Well,
gross.
they were doing
Purple
cocaine
and
and had
yellow.
a problem with purple. And I'm glad they fixed it by selling the team when they got back to the
Yeah, Bruce McNally said, you know what? Okay, we'll trade for Gretzky and we'll definitely change our uniforms too.
I think you decided yesterday. Gretzky got to the team, and he's like, "No, I'm not wearing
I'm
that."
not wearing that shit.
Yeah, I'm not wearing
It's like,
this.
You're not putting me on TV like that, bro.
All right, so the next one, you have to bring back a
wow.
jersey.
Ooh.
Interesting. It got a little cut off there, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
So upper left, we have the old green Hartford Whalers jersey. Upper right, we have the blue Capitals, Washington Capitals jersey with the Screaming Eagle.
Screaming Eagle, yeah.
Bottom left, we have the old school Florida Panthers, the red with the jumping panther. And then bottom right, we have the Minnesota North Stars with the green and the N. So you get to bring one of these back, gentlemen. John, you go first this time.
Since there's only two active franchises that wear those, I'm just gonna go with the Florida Panthers because it's that or that with the stick is the best. So
yeah,
Florida should not be wearing, that Matt.
Do it, Matt.
Yeah, man.
No,
Oh,
do it.
what the?
Do it.
Oh, do the.
Yeah, do it.
There you go.
That?
They should not be wearing that. They should be wearing that. So I picked the Florida Panthers because that's
It's a cool story where that comes from.
oh, absolute. But a shoulder patch, but a shoulder patch, or the tiger running around, or the lion, whatever the fuck you are, running around the stadium wearing that jersey. Great. Sell hoodies. Sell. A third jersey is fine. Go back in the day. Obviously, I've been watching hockey in a while.
The jumping cat.
Yeah. Go back to that as your traditional.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
All right, Matt, which one do you got?
This is hard because, I mean, they're all great jerseys, every single one of them. I think for me, it's the Minnesota North Stars, though. That I just have fond memories of when they went to the final against the Pittsburgh Penguins. They came out of nowhere and went all the way to the final. Brian Bellows was on that team, and I remember
Neil Broughton,
Neil Broughton back in the day. Yeah, they could score goals everywhere.
I believe Mike Modano was.
He was on that team, yeah.
Yeah, young Mike Modano team, yeah, and it was just such a. I mean, it's you think green and yellow, it's like, oh my god, it's awful, but it kind of works. It works up there, yeah. And it just like it was a team that was just like it was scrappy. It was young. It was like filled with like a really good mix of veteran players and young players going up against. I mean, they're going up against Mario Lemieux and Yager. You're not going to win that series, but
no.
But I mean, my God, they were a terrific underdog story, and I just have a fondness for them.
I
don't know.
I
back in the
100%
day,
agree with you. Like that was one of the first jerseys I fell in love with when you're young and you're brought into like the hockey world, which we all were.
Yeah.
Like this is hockey, and you're, wow, that's cool. And then seeing the pictures is like,
that's a really cool looking end, and
like they get to wear them. That's awesome.
Yeah, Hartford had a little bit of sentiment to me, but it took me a long time to figure out there's an H and a W in there. You got to like, wait a minute.
I'm glad
there
you
it
could
is.
admit that
You see
because that's something we did.
I saw the W and I was like, what's the big deal? And it's like they were always horrible, but yet they would get in the playoffs by accident and lose in the first round every single time.
I was actually
to Boston or somebody else.
When
Montreal,
the Whalers switched to the blue. When they flip-flopped it, but before they moved to Carolina, I was pissed because I love that. Great, I'm like, why did you do that? It makes it look so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing back the Whaler one because the white and blue at the bottom I don't like it, and I disagree with Matt. The North Star is hard on my eyes.
Yeah,
well, you like the Minnesota Wild one.
I do like that. Well, it's not as harsh.
That's true. Yeah.
Sentimentally, I love the Panther one, but I really like that Washington Capitals jersey.
Yeah, that Screaming Eagle's pretty cool.
You probably should say really like 4 times because you really, really like that jersey. There's a lot of things I know about you as your friend, but one I really know about is that you really like that logo.
Query. Did Yager ever play for the Capitals, and did he ever play in these jerseys, or am I wrong on that?
I have a Yager figure over there from the Capitals, but I can't tell from this angle if it was that jersey or not.
If it was that jersey.
I believe he was.
Okay.
I remember this jersey more like Peter Bondra,
Yeah.
Olaf Kolzig.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, those guys.
Yeah.
I would have to check.
Chris Simon.
Yeah, Chris Simon. I don't remember if Yager played in this one or not. He should have, because
But-
this is a fantastic jersey.
Yes.
And I think I'm bringing this one back because John's already brought back Florida.
Yes.
By the way, Chris Simon, don't get into a fight with that guy when he was. Oh my God, that dude.
I never would.
Now.
No, never would.
No.
All right.
No.
Pizza chains.
We're
We are
ditching.
ditching one of these 4 pizza chains. We got upper left, Pizza Hut. Upper right, Little Caesars. Bottom left, Papa John's. Bottom right, Domino's Pizza. By the way, I don't really order any of these.
I haven't had
on a
any
regular
of these
basis.
in a long time.
I prefer to have real pizza, but you know, it's nice to have a Pizza Hut. It's fun.
Yeah.
Good breadsticks.
Yeah.
So you have to get rid of one of these. Let's see, Matt, you get to go first.
Domino's is. If he would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I would have said Domino's by a heartbeat. But they're safe. Pizza Hut's safe-ish. So it's like Papa John's or Little Caesars, and I haven't had Little Caesars, so I'm going to say Papa John's.
You're gonna kick Papa
I'm not
John.
a big fan of them.
Kick a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, okay.
Not a big fan.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, John.
God, I haven't had any of these in a while. I hear Domino's is well.
It's improved.
They're
It
better.
certainly has
they
improved.
gotten better. Little Caesars is just it's $5. It's quick.
Mm.
I know.
I love it for that.
I tell young.
I love it for that.
I tell young guys on the road all the time when the money's tight when they first start, like, don't look at the deals, figure it out. Like, you get a whole
Right.
pizza and
Yeah.
it can last you
Yeah.
3-4 days, like, for $5.
Yeah.
So I think they
Yep.
should stay in the space because they do something that the other ones don't. So
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of Papa John's because they're pretentious and they think they can compete with Pizza Hut. So,
There you go. There you go.
All right. I absolutely love Pizza Hut. The pan pizza is the best
Mhm.
of these 4 here, and the breadsticks are also the best of these 4 here. That's fantastic. Little Caesars, I agree with John. Super affordable.
Yeah.
You get a lot of meal for the
it
money.
needs to be in the space, yeah.
It needs to be in the space. The pizza is not bad for the price.
Yeah.
The crazy
Yeah.
bread though is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
there you
The
go.
crazy bread's really good. Domino's has improved, and they have Parmesan bread bites
Ooh.
that are very
I
delicious.
didn't know. I'm all over that.
Papa
go.
John's, I love the dipping sauces for their breadsticks, but
Agreed.
the pizza is like,
Yeah.
I would go to
Yeah.
Papa John's and just get like breadsticks and dipping sauce, and that would be.
If you're getting rid of
That'd be
Papa
it.
John's, can we just keep the dipping sauces in the universe?
Yes,
Because
we
we
should
didn't say
do that.
pizza, right?
They
So we
just
keep the
borrow them.
dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right. I will
Oh,
get
there
the
you go.
recipe and we will make it ourselves.
go.
You probably just
There you go.
melt a shit
Nice.
ton of butter and pour garlic in it. All right, and then I
There you
think
go.
this is the last one. You get to bring back one sportscaster.
I already know mine
Oh,
from
gosh.
just
Far left, we have Gary Thorne, who was big on ESPN and ABC for the hockey, and also was the play-by-play voice for the Baltimore Orioles. Next to
Yeah.
him, moving from left to right, we have Pat
Oh,
Summerall. No
gosh.
introduction
mhm.
needed.
No.
former
fine
kicker of the
gentleman.
Giants. Yes.
Yes.
That is correct. That is correct. And CBS, Fox worked all those networks
Yeah.
with John
Yeah.
Madden. Next to him, we've got Bob Uecker, the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, and also starred in the movie Major League, which was just on TV, coincidentally
There you
enough.
go.
And then on the far right, we have Keith Jackson, who was probably most notable for college football on ABC.
Yeah, Notre Dame games.
And and also the USFL
Yes.
back in the day
Ah,
too.
there you
Way
go.
back in the 83 to 85.
All right, John, you get one of these guys back. Who do you get?
Pat Summerall.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would turn all these color analysts that we yell and scream at all the time. If I had him as my guy, he would turn them all into geniuses, because even John Madden said he wouldn't be where he was without Pat.
Without him.
What a
Yeah.
play-by-play guy and a storyteller.
Oh,
Like, he was both when he needed to be. When his color guy couldn't put the words together, he could elongate everything. He could do. He made greatness.
yeah.
He was the greatest at it.
Yeah.
Real quick, he starred in a movie as
Mhm.
well. Well, not starred. He was in a movie called The Replacements with Keanu Reeves as a.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say he starred in it because he's that good.
It was a fun movie, but there's a point in one of the games where a couple of guys are like puking in the huddle, so they all, as a huddle, start like moving across the field to get away.
I
from the
remember
puke.
that. Yeah.
And Pat Summerall has got his binoculars on. He turns to he's John Mann's with him. He goes, John, how many years we've been broadcasting together? You ever seen anything like that?
That's awesome.
It was just so perfect and so him. Just like,
Yeah.
all right, Matt, who are you bringing
Oh.
back?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, Johnny. Pat Summerall for me. I mean, I think we missed that. We missed that. The NFL misses guys like that. It's not to take anything away from any of the announcers we've got, but they're not what he brought so much. He didn't have to say
No,
much.
he knew how to say it.
Like, he knew when to say when he had to say it. And when the big moments happened, he just let the crowd into it. It was amazing, like how much they allowed the crowd to come in and make that. Now it's just like you just hear so much talk, on these announcers. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's me, but
No, it's
Summerall just let the moment
it's
happen.
definitely not you.
basically.
It's not you.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I
No.
spent
So yeah,
I spent a
Summerall for
lot
me.
of time during football games arguing with the play-by-play, not the officials. Because
Yeah.
you're not watching this. I'm watching this with you, and you're not watching this.
I had on the Eagles when they played the Patriots in the
Mhm.
Super Bowl on February 4th, of course, when they won the
Mhm.
Super Bowl title. Woo! And Al Michaels was on the call, and I liked Al.
That was good.
And then there were things like there was a call that he made with Alshon in the touchdown. He was like, "And it is caught for the touchdown." It was like the "is" was like about 34 minutes
Well,
long.
he's getting old. He couldn't see.
And I'm thinking, like, you couldn't just let it go. And it is caught for the touchdown.
Yeah, but you can't.
They don't want
you
that
can't
error.
ding him because he's
Yeah.
got the greatest call in history.
Yeah, he does have the great.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And I think that's what
Yeah.
led him to the annoying person he has, because he did have in such early in his career had the greatest call in the history of sports.
Yeah,
Could be. All right, so
probably.
I love Pat Summerall too, but I am going a different direction. I am bringing back Gary.
Oh, thank
Thorne.
God!
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
'cause- yeah.
He is the greatest
Yeah.
hockey announcer
That
ever. That dude could make watching grass grow exciting.
when I was obsessed when it was on ESPN2, and I was obsessed with watching
Yeah.
every second of hockey back in the day.
Yeah.
He was the voice of all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. He was the voice of the childhood,
Yeah.
and him and Clement were tremendous.
Oh,
Back
amazing!
in the
And
day.
he was also one who could let the moment,
Oh yeah,
like he would just call and scream in, and then he would let it go.
yeah.
And he's got he called the famous Steve Eiserman goal in
Mhm.
double overtime against the Blues.
Yeah, against the Blues. Yeah.
He was on the call for some of my favorite Flyers goal moments. Against Game 6 against Tampa Bay for Primo's
Yeah.
goal to tie it and
Mhm.
Gagne's to win it.
Goal to win.
He
We're going back to Tampa Bay. Yeah, I love it.
he was, like I said, he could make grass grow exciting because
Yeah.
he could just get into it, and he
Yeah.
would go from 0 to 60. Like he could be nothing, and then a goal scored, and he's like flying off the handle.
You
It was
could
amazing.
totally tell that he liked hockey.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. And I feel so jealous of the Baltimore Orioles who got to have him as a play-by-play
Oh,
announcer
yeah.
for
Would that
baseball. Like
Dude, how great would that have been? Just to be a Baltimore
Yeah.
fan.
They had some bad teams back then
Yeah.
too, but he made it entertaining. He really did.
Yeah, and I was always sad when it was like the playoffs and we didn't have him on the national broadcast. It was like, oh, so we get Steve Levy instead. Damn it. Not that I have anything
I
against
love Steve Levy, but fuck him.
It's not Gary Thorne, right?
Right?
When you got Gary Thorne, you know it was a big game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm bringing him back.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, so there you have it. We have played God, and
Everything is right in the universe now. Everybody,
that
There
is
you
right.
go.
We,
little
Yeah.
we have
minions go
fixed the
away.
multiverse.
Yeah.
We have fixed the multiverse. And once again, we still have no idea, even though it was earlier in the show, whether the Eagles won or lost.
I still have anxiety.
I have much anxiety because
no.
it's just 2 days away now. 2 days away, and we will know. But you already know, so, just get out.